Hello, I'm Gareth Davis. I've come up with another idea for another layer of world peace. And so I came across a study that said the planet Earth is worth 5 quadrillion or 500 quadrillion. Can't remember the exact figure, but dividing that equally amongst the countries, so we'll say 200 countries for a nice round number, that works out at 25 trillion a country. So that raises the value of the United Kingdom from a last valuation of 12 trillion to 25 trillion. Same for Canada, America, Somalia, whatever country. You know, that makes like Gaza, Palestine, the Mayfair of the Mediterranean, if you were playing Monopoly. And going back to the UK, so the King has the Commonwealth, something like 54 countries around there somewhere. 14 countries he's head of state, so that means he's king of them countries. So 14 countries times 25 trillion, that's 350 trillion King Charles is worth. That is an astounding amount of money. They completely undervalued him. Anyway, what this means, if all the governments and people around the world agreed on this idea that everyone's equal and equal value, that would mean when somebody like Russia invaded Ukraine, it would not be recognised by anything. They could not legally own Ukraine by invading it. They would have to pay the Ukrainian people 25 trillion if the Ukrainians wanted to sell it. Money would go to the people so they can be rich and do what they want. They don't have to move. They're literally just giving their country to another government. And say if one country was sold, that would mean there was 199 countries to divide the 5 quadrillion by. So it would be worth a bit more than 25 trillion per country. But this is brilliant, because if a warring country wants to invade another country, it means they've got to pay. They can't just take it by force. So World War II, German army, 400,000 vehicles, 3 million troops. Today that comes to about 26 trillion, about the worth of a country. You imagine a country like the UK valued at 12 trillion trying to come up with that sort of money. It shows that the current values are incorrect, and my values are much more in line with the cost of things. So we can, the main problem with things is countries having debt and having interest on that debt. So in the UK, we have 3 trillion debt, and we pay off every quarter, say, and that money goes back up again, like we're just wasting the money. It's not because people have got illnesses and need benefit, or if they're unemployed and poor. That's not the real problem. The real problem is the national debt. So we can look at a country like America. They're worth 25 trillion, same as anybody else, and yet they've got, was it 37 trillion, I guess, of debt. That's like every bit of tax money that every American pays is just being wasted, and nobody's doing anything about it. So having like a collaboration, coalition of people paying off each country's national debt, getting them off that interest payment and getting them on the green, and then them countries paying them back without interest, would be very beneficial. But I'm not sure if that would be possible with a debt as big as 37 trillion. It's bad enough having 3 trillion in debt. But that would be a really good layer to peace. So like on a computer, you have a firewall, you have a VPN, you have your antivirus, you have your secure browser, you have your add-ons to secure browser, and they're all layers of security to make your computer safe. Well, that's what I'm trying to do with world peace. And I hope this falls onto the ears of the right people. I hope people realise what their country's really worth and not the valuations they're being given. And we should start to realise that everybody's equal and got the equal value in the countries. And you can't take somebody else's country and expect us to gain it. It's not legal, and you haven't bought it and you haven't paid for it. And we can't have these criminal governments doing these crimes with their powerful militaries. It's just not acceptable. You know, if one of these governments has been ruled in international court or other courts as criminal, that's what they are, and we shouldn't be colluding with them. Anyway, that's my extra layer of peace. I hope it's a good idea and people like it. Thank you for watching. My name's Gareth Davis, and please like, comment and subscribe.